I am going to discuss about the quality of water. The impurity present in a water. The water quality. The raw or the treated water is analyzed by a testing their physical, chemical and bacteriological characteristics. Means the physical characteristics, chemical characteristics are the responsible for the quality of water. Turbidity, color, taste and odor, temperature, these are the physical characteristics, while the pH, acidity, alkalinity, hardness of chloride, hardness of sulfide, iron, solids, nitrates, these are the chemical characteristics. It is never totally pure water which contain some chemicals, means it is not called the pure water whenever there is the presence of some chemicals, gases or minerals in air are present, solid or rocks by a water. Some dissolved materials give water its characteristics taste is called the impure water, means whenever there is all these all factors are present in water is called the impure water. Mineral and impurity are normally present in very small concentration and are measured in parts per million. The unit of calculating the hardness present in water is the parts per million, then equivalent per million EPM, milligram per liter, then parts per billion ppb or the micrograms per liter, means the μg per liter. These are the uh, units to calculate the hardness present in a water. Now there are the some parameters that decide the hardness of water. In generally the total hardness of water in a groundwater is 300 to 400 parts per million, while that of in surface water is the 75 to 200 parts per million. Alkalinity. Alkalinity means the presence of hydroxide like NaOH, calcium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, etc. Whenever the percentage is of hydroxide is increased, then it is called the alkalinity of water. In groundwater it is the 250 to 350 parts per million, while in surface water it is 45 to 250 parts per million. The percentage of dissolved oxygen nearly 0 in a groundwater, while in surface water it is 2 to 14 parts per million. The percentage of carbon dioxide is 1 to 10 parts per million in groundwater, while the low in a surface water. We know that because the carbon dioxide is lower in a surface water. The calcium hardness are highly present in a groundwater, because whenever there is underground water, the rocks are dissolved in water, so that the rocks are made up of, we know that the rocks are made up of calcium, and that calcium dissolved in a water, so the percentage is always high in groundwater, while the sometimes high or usually or the generally it's low in a surface water. The magnesium hardness tend to be high in a groundwater, while usually low or sometimes it may be high in a surface water. The chemicals, either organic or inorganic, that dissolve in a water can change its characteristics and may cause it to become the contamination among the other things. These chemicals could change in pH, cause hardness or add the dissolved oxygen. Now the characteristics of water start with the temperature. The most basic physical change is caused by a temperature change in the change of water. Warmer the temperature of the water, the more rapid the settling characteristics of the water. This occurs because the molecule of the water becomes more active. We know that whenever we increase the or give the some heat to water, then the kinetic energy of that molecules, water molecules are increased, so that the reaction occurred in that molecule, and it easily happen that whenever we add the solid, any liquid or any foreign material in that water, then it tend to be start to dissolve in water. We also know that the water is the universal solvent, because the equivalent number of H plus and OH minus are present in a water. The pH of that water is in generally neutral, and it having a tendency to dissolve the all the chemicals, solids, so that it is also called the universal solvent. The temperature will affect the time required for mixing and sedimentation when a chemical is added for the coagulation. The reaction is accelerated considerably when the water is warmer. The colder the water, the longer it will be the take for the time to react. And fortunately in winter, when the temperature is generally in a colder, means whenever the temperature increase, then the dissolution tendency is max, and whenever the temperature is lower, then the dissolution tendency is get lower. Less water is needed in the community and water treated plant flow in lower. This lower flow lengthen the detention time and allow the fog form. The warmer temperature also make the disinfection of the water much easier. Second factor is the turbidity. The turbidity refers the cloudiness of the water. It can be problem in a surface water source. The material causing the cloudiness can be inorganic or organic, such as clay, slate, slands. These are the inorganic materials which give the turbidity to water, or algae, leaf. These are the inorganic materials give the turbidity to water. The turbidity in the water may shield the bacteria, means whenever turbidity increase, then it is the favorite environment to grow the bacteria. To preventing the disinfection, chemicals from attacking and destroying the cells are added in the water. These materials in conjugation with the chlorine can form a trihalomethanes, and other potential harmful chemicals are added in that one. Next factor is the color. Color, a physical characteristics of water that is not noticed unless it is very high, is measured by comparing a water sample to color standard. One color unit has no effect on a water and usually no detectable, while the 100 color units could be compared to the color of light tea. This could be may reasons for the excessive color in the water. For example, if the surface of water or the tannin which is make the water looks brown is caused by the chemical formed by organic material, means in generally when the organic materials are added in a water, then the tannin is the responsible to give the color becomes look a brown. The next factor is the pH. pH, we know that the pH is the hydrogen ion concentration present in water. It measured on a scale ranging from 0 to 14. From 0 to 7, the pH is the acidic. 7 to at 7 or the above the 7 it may alkaline, and up to 7 means just the 7 it is the neutral range, means below the 7 these are the acidic range of pH, then above the 7 these are the basic range of pH, and at the 7 it is the neutral range of pH. The change of one pH means tenfold increase to decrease in the hydrogen ion concentration. When the mix with water and acid release excess hydrogen ions, H plus ions, and the alkaline minerals produce the excessive hydroxyl ions. In generally, hydroxyl or alkaline means a basic, and whenever the H plus ion concentration increase means water becomes acidic. The carbon dioxide CO2, which creates a weak acid, means whenever the CO2 dissolved in water is gives a carbonic acid, is called the H2CO3. Lower the pH of water, while lime, the calcium hydroxide, the CaOH taken twice raise the pH. Means whenever the basicity is increased, then the pH is increased, and when the acidity is increased, then the pH is lower. Normal range of pH for the drinking water is 6.5 to 8.5. The water with a lower pH tend to more corrosive, means the water is the responsible for the corrosion when it having a pH lower below the 7. And it is not always true that the water with a pH below the 7 will cause the corrosion, while the water above the pH will form the scale. Scale means the layer of calcium carbonate. Whenever there is forming the one layer, then again forming another layer on above the first layer, then again third one, then fourth one. When the successive layers are collected one above to other is called the scale. Now the next factor is the hardness. The hardness in water is caused by a significant amount of calcium and magnesium compounds. The hardness is classified into carbonate and non-carbonate hardness depending on what molecules are combined with the calcium or the magnesium. If they are combined with the carbonate ion CO3, the hardness is the uh, calcium type of or the calcium type of hardness. It is also called the temporary hardness, and if there is the hardness caused due to the hydroxide or other than the carbonate is called the permanent type of hardness. Now the next factor is the dissolved solids. The total dissolved solids can have a significant impact on the quality of water. The amount of dissolved solids affect the water for the amount all of its uses, whether for the drinking, agriculture or industrial use. The recommended maximum limit of dissolved solids in a drinking water is 500 ppm. The problems caused by a dissolved material related to the taste and odor, hardness and the corrosion are the scaling in the distribution system among the others. The several different type of dissolved solids could be toxic if the level becomes too high. These include barium, arsenic, cadmium, chromium, lead, mercury, selenium, silver. Each of these is regulated by a EPA and has a maximum contaminant level assigned to them. Now, the next factor is the organics. The organics materials can cause the problem in terms of the health effect, treatment and taste, odor and color of the water. Some organics are the potential carcinogens. Carcinogens means the cancer causing agent. This is they may cause the cancer. The cancer causing substances may be formed when the neutrally occurring organic materials formed by a plant animal decomposition combined with a chlorine and forming the thiahalomethanes. Others may already be present in the raw water or the inner water or the groundwater as a result of contamination of the water source. Some major sources of organic contamination are pesticides, herbicides, domestic waste. Means these are also a carcinogen or causing a cancer. Then the next factor is the algae. Algae is the one cell microscopic and larger. It is the aquatic plant. Some microscopic can be quite abundant in a surface water source, especially during the summer months and especially if the water contains nutrients that encourage their growth, such as phosphorus from domestic runoff or the industrial pollution. Algae may cause the taste and odor problems, clog the filters and produce nauseous slime growth on intake pipe and equipment. Next factor is the bacteria. Bacteria are the microscopic one-celled organic that multiply by a simple division. The bacteria are universally distributed. Many of them are essential. For example, they aid in the decomposition of dead organic material. However, there are numerous disease producing bacteria that the water industry need to guard against. These may cause the typhoid fever, cholera, gastro. Some bacteria, although not harmful, may cause taste and odor problems. Example of such a bacteria is the sulfur bacteria, which may produce the hydrogen sulfide, or the Crinothrix iron bacteria, which can produce the disagreeable taste, odor and stain. Disease causing bacteria are called the pathogenic bacteria. It is often hard to taste and or identify them. Therefore, their presence in determining the taste for the presence of an indicator organic, usually coliform bacteria. This group of bacteria is found in the intestine and the warm-blooded animal. It is also common in a soil. These are the general the bacteria. In generally these are the associate with the contamination from the human and animal waste present in coliform bacteria indicate the general bacteria contamination. The presence of fetal coliform indicates the contamination from the human or the animal source. Next is the protozoas. Protozoans are a single celled, usually microscopic organisms. Some protozoans, such as the Giardia and the Cryptosporidium, are commonly found in a river, lake, stream contaminated with animal feces or which receive wastewater from the sewage treatment plant. When the water system uses surface water as its source, the Giardia and the Cryptosporidium must be removed in the classification process because they are very difficult to kill with usual form of disinfections. If the person is infected, the symptoms may last 7 or more days or include the diarrhea, stomach cramps, nausea, fatigue, dehydration, headache. The protozoans are very difficult to test for. The 100 or more gallons of water must be piped through the filter with opening less than 1 micron in size at the 1 GPM or the less. The particles trapped by the filter are then analyzed using a very sophisticated method to determine if any protozoa are present. Next factor is the virus. Viruses are the smallest living organism capable of producing infection and causing disease. Virus may be carried by a water, include the hepatitis and poliovirus. They are very difficult to test for. Usually, the large amount of water have to be tested by using a very sophisticated methods. Radionuclides. Radiological contaminations emit radioactive as they decompose. Source of radioactive materials are likely to be aquifer minerals. The water move through radium 226, radium 228, uranium, radon are the most common radioactive element found in mines. The radiological element tends to be a greater problem in groundwater than in the surface water, and radon may be elevated in groundwater that has been in contact with granite. Hope so you understand the contamination present in a water and how the quality is increased, means how the hardness is increased of that of water, and if that hardness is removed by a treatment of water, then the quality of water is formed. Hope so you understand all the concepts. Thank you.